we doing this morning?
What?
What are you doing?
Finding the elf.
Looking for the elf?
Wait, why are you taking video?
I don't know, because I'm crazy.
Okay. You're a crazy video maker, and you love pictures. There he is.
There he is.
He's in one of your cabinets.
Yeah, I knew it.
I was the first one to spot
With
it.
my fragile stuff.
Yeah, I was the first one to spot
The
it.
worst spot, Caddy Turn.
They should have went near our stuff.
No, that stuff's special.
Pick up anyone.
Nope. What day is today? Do you know?
13th.
It is the 13th, so you're looking at the one that says 13th. So it says THRI. Find it? Oh.
We're reading, and we're gonna do it like next summer or like near Christmas or like.
Okay, so pull the bow, pull the little end. Nope, not the loop, not the loop. You pull the ends. Yep.
Is it a bowline knot?
No.
Because that would be the easiest to untie. You just have to pull some. That is so pretty.
That is a pretty one. That's one of Mommy's favorite colors, purple. And I know what this is from.
Can I go now?
Yes, you can go now. So I was tagged by the Yarn Curator podcast, who I mentioned in my last regular podcast, for the Crafty Holiday Tag, which actually was started by my friend Kim, the Crafty Nomad. So I saw her original post on that on her podcast a couple weeks ago, maybe, I think a couple weeks ago, and saw that floating around, and so then I got tagged for it, so it's kind of coming back to me. So just 10 quick questions about some holiday crafting. So yeah, let's get into it. So what is your go-to crafting method for the holidays, whether for decor or gifting? So go-to crafting method. Well, knitting, definitely knitting, occasionally crochet, and well, kind of sewing. This year I threw in some sewing, but knitting is my go-to, I would say. Number 2, handmade gifts or store-bought or a mix. Explain. So I always try to make handmade gifts for the kids' teachers and occasionally for family, but I'm usually a store-bought. But I always have some handmade gifts going to somebody every year. So the last few years it's been fingerless mitts for teachers and ornaments that I make. And then I made my mom a sweater last year, made my uncle a hat, I made Jim a hat. That was sort of Christmas, but he would have got it no matter what. I think I gave it to him before Christmas. I don't remember. Or maybe I made it after Christmas. Brain not functioning. So, but typically store-bought is our majority. And I've made things for my mother-in-law, sister-in-law. I made a bunch of hand or arm knitting neck cowls for some family one year. So anyways, moving on. Who is the most craft-worthy persons in your life and why? So my husband is definitely craft-worthy. He doesn't like much, so he's got his hat. One hat, black, acrylic, done. And that's what he wears. He likes his hat. And then he wears his socks. And I do need to make him more socks, even though he tells me not to make him more socks, because I always have bad luck making him socks for some reason. But he wears them. He wears them a lot. And like I mentioned before in a previous either podcast or vlog, I'm getting these all confused now. He's wearing holes in one of his socks, one of his favorite pairs of socks, and yeah, he's only got like 4 pair I think he wears. So he's got, you know, big man feet, so it takes forever to make socks. So I need to get hard wearing yarn, so I made him some in like Knit Picks Fleechy because they were Christmas socks and they were matching Christmas socks. So, you know, those ones, I don't think he wears them as much, so they're holding up better. But the Patons Croy are holding up good. the ones that are wearing thin are wearing in the toe and possibly the heel, which is the Serenity sock. So cheapy, thin yarn. But the main body of the sock is made with, it might be Reggie or so, just one of those real hardy sock yarns. So Patton's Croy is my go-to for his socks because it's a thicker finger, it's like a heavy fingering, and it's just a sturdy wool. So David also loves socks, so, and of course his socks are easy to make, so I should make him some more. I usually try to find scraps of other socks that I've made and make him. I've made him tube socks, and last time I made him a pair with heels. I think he likes those better, but they won't fit him as long. So it's kind of, if I make him the tube sock, he can wear it for a longer time. But he loves the socks. Emily would be craft worthy, but she's a little bit sensitive and picky on things she wears, so she's not quite there yet. David also wants me to make him another hat, so he has this really cute, it's like a pointed kind of gnome hat, and it's bright yellow. He calls it his banana hat, and he wants another one. So the one he has, he's had since he was tiny. Not tiny, but pretty little. It's been a few years, and it still gets on his head, and he still wears it to school, but it's time for an upgrade. So I am in the market for some bright yellow yarn for a banana hat. Phone keeps buzzing at me. Let's see. What luxury craft item is on your wish list? Wish list. Don't hold back. Okay, well, I've mentioned this before as well. I really want a circular sock knitting machine. I don't know why, but they are so cool. I was looking at them at Rhinebeck. I'm part of a message board on Facebook for circular sock knitting. Caitlin of Knit Rain has one, and so every time I watch her, she has a newer podcast. She's got a couple episodes up, but shows all the socks she's been cranking on this thing. She's got so many socks, and it just would be so cool to be able to crank. Oh, think of all the Felici I could clear out of my stash. I could just crank them out. So, and I don't know, you can make these cute little headbands, and there's like other things you can make, but so cool. But they're like thousands of dollars. So yeah, that is one of my luxury craft items I'm eyeballing. I mean, I'm sure I could come up with others, like a weaving loom or something, but the one that's like tippy top of my mind is the sock knitting machine. Describe a crafty holiday tradition you do every year. Well, probably the ornaments. The Christmas ornaments have been my crafty tradition. Can't think of anything else really. I only did it twice, I think. Did we only do it twice? I think, oh yeah, I made Christmas socks for the family, which was cute, but Emily didn't care for the socks. And it's a lot of work to make 4 pairs of socks for Christmas, so I have to start that way early. What is your holiday decor style? Hot mess, does that count as a style? Eclectic? Shabby? Not shabby chic, but shabby. It's a whole bunch of everything, and it's just a mishmash. Our tree is just filled with, like, I see all these trees going up with all the pretty, like, uniform lights and all the gold balls, or all the, same color stuff, or very themed, very chic looking designs. No. Ours is like, just throw it all on there. And then scatter everything else around the house randomly. So I'll have to do a walkthrough of our holiday decor at some point. Describe the largest or most complicated item you have handmade for the holidays. What was it? When did you start? And how long did it take? I usually don't do large things for the holiday. I guess, and this is going back a few years, and it wasn't complicated, but I guess sort of the most complex item I made for the holidays. I made myself a little mini advent calendar out of old K-cups. So I used to have a Keurig. And then, so if you go back a couple years on the podcast, I, of course, showed that off. But I took like 24 K-cups and I glued them all together into a shape of a tree. And I printed off little numbers and wrapped them all with tissue paper around it. And inside each one, we did something. I put little notes in there. I had candies for everyone. And I made it for all of us, I believe. I don't remember. I'm going to have to look that up and see exactly what I did. I feel like I put like a note or something inside each one. Maybe something that we were thankful for or something. I don't remember. And then a piece of chocolate. Possibly. But that was my DIY advent before I started the blanket. And I mean, it was not hard, but it was a little bit more complex. And of course, I didn't keep it either, because by the time I probably could have kept it, but I didn't know where to put it, and I guess I just didn't feel like I wanted to use it again. So, but it was a cute idea. I made my mom a sweater, but that wasn't difficult. I mean, I literally made her the same sweater I made myself, and it was like right after I made mine, roughly. So it was the Seclude by Alicia Plummer, I think. I think so. If I'm wrong, I'll put it in the bottom what it was. I know it was the Seclude, I just can't remember who it was from. But, yeah, it was exactly the same color as mine, the same size, the same everything. So I just followed all my notes, and I made mine for Rhinebeck in October. So I made mine in like September, October, and so I made hers by like right when I got back. So, describe a holiday crafting fail. Holiday crafting fail. Well, our gingerbread houses that we do with the kids, the kits, those are half and half. We did a holiday train once that just completely was not pretty. And we did a house one year with like, we made the snowman look like an evil demon, and yeah, so that was that. I'm trying to think any other crafting fails for the holidays. Again, I always stick with very simple things, and this is why, because I don't have time for crafting fails. So I do my knitting, I do, the socks. Well, I did have a fail on one of my socks, and I fixed it, but one of my Christmas socks, one sock was longer in the toe than the other one. And I just let it ride for Christmas, but then in January I cut the toe off, ripped back to where I thought was appropriate, and then re-knit the toe, and it worked out. So, so that was kind of a holiday craft fail. Number 9, describe the best crafty gift you have received for whatever holiday you celebrate. Best crafty gift I've received. Usually I buy myself a big box of yarn from Knit Picks. I've done that for a couple years, and I did not this year because I still have the box from last year with a lot of yarn in it. I bought like 4 sweater quantities last year, so I've only gone through 1. 2. Yeah, I'm on my second one. My Langlade, the light purple one that I wore to Rhinebeck, that was 1. So that was the yarn I bought for Christmas last year. And then my Keen, which is the bulky, super bulky one that I'm doing, or bulky, not super bulky, bulky. That was number 2 from the sweaters quantity. I have, I think I have a dark gray in there, and I have a fingering purple. I have like 2 or 3 more quantities in there still, and they have purposes. I have sweaters to make, but sweaters take me a long time, so and now I have to make my mom another sweater, and and I have 2 quantities to use for 2 more Secludes for me because I really like that pattern, and I have a red and white variety that I was supposed to be for Christmas this year, but maybe I'll get it done by Valentine's because it would work for a Valentine's sweater too. And then I have a blue toned one for my mom, and then I have a purple toned one for me as well. So I need to start those, but I gotta start my mom's first because she bought the yarn for hers and gave it to me, so I just need to get it done. Now the best crafty holiday gift I've gotten for other holidays. So for Mother's Day I got my woolly winder, which was amazing, for my spinning wheel. And I got some other drum carder and wool combs for fiber processing also, but that was again I think for Mother's Day. So I get all the fun stuff at Mother's Day in the spring. We don't exchange gifts for Christmas. We just don't, because we're spending all our money on the kids pretty much. So we just don't worry about it. And it's Jim's birthday, and it was just my birthday, so we skip Christmas as far. But if there's something like if I buy a box of yarn or something, put on a tree for myself, that's totally fine. But again, I didn't this year. I'm just kind of holding back. And number 10, share your favorite holiday mug and show us that mug shot. So we only have like 2 holiday mugs. So out of the 2, this one's cute because it's Mickey and Minnie. So holiday kisses. Is that what it says on there? Yeah. Okay. And they're ice skating. We have a set of 2 of these, and then we have a set of 4 of Polar Express mugs from the Polar Express train adventure we went on a couple years ago with Jim's family. And those are cute. That's it. I don't have a lot of holiday dishes, which I'd like to get. So watching Victoria Knit, she was showing off her Christmas decorations, and she had a whole cupboard full of, like, she takes out all her old dishes, or current dishes, and puts in all holiday dishes, and that was so cute. So, and she says she buys everything like on sale afterwards, which is perfect, but I don't have the storage space for that yet. So when the kids maybe move out, I will upgrade my holiday decor. And that's it. That is the Crafty Holiday Tag. I'm tagging the Flame and Fiber podcast, Victoria Knits podcast, and the Reluctant Sisters podcast. If you so choose to play along, go for it. I will put the questions down below in the YouTube description. And if you don't want to play along, that's totally fine too. I just figure Flame and Fiber and Victoria Knits are both doing Vlogmas, so that gives us something to talk about. Because, you know, my life's not that exciting. Reluctant Sisters is not doing Vlogmas, but, you know, she can do it if she wants anyways, for her regular podcast. Hey guys, we're going to try to do this super fast because I know Jim's out at the store, needs to be home soon, and the kids are in the other room playing a little bit, so it's been a day. It's been a day. Let's see, what did I put in? I put in I did get some knitting time. I did a fair amount of knitting today, so that was good. It was a quiet day, but I did laundry, made dinner. And I think, yeah, I put in my 20 questions today. That was the brunt. So it's a little bit longer today, but only because of that. So, because I didn't have anything else interesting today. Nothing. So, we'll move on to the square today. Oh, so you saw David. He opened the square. And I had it on top, and of course now it's gone. Here it is. So here is my square of the day. I really like this one. This is the Rhinebeck 2018 colorway by Miss Babs. And this is the one that Jen gave me. Stormcoast, the Uncreative Crafter, the person I mention pretty much daily. So I hope that's focusing. Anyways, it's very dark compared to what mine was. It's got like more blacks and grays and browns in it. Mine was more purpley. And I just noticed this is the twinsy we did. It was Socks That Rock, Blue Moon Fiber Arts in the Rhinebeck colorway of 2017 or 2016, one of the two. And this was mine. I did the sparkle, so it's kind of funny. Both are Rhinebeck colors. I think because I think she did the non-sparkle and I did the sparkle. So that is my mini of the day. I broke open the peppermint cups. They were delicious. So I think I'm just going to keep these in this bag and kind of have a little snack when I work on that. And my knit of the day is this cowl, and I also have a shawl pin on here. I'll put in the name of who made the shawl pin because I forgot. Something, yeah, I'm not even going to try to guess. But this is the birthday cake cowl. I pulled that one up on Ravelry. Oh, yeah, birthday cake cowl by Christina Wall. I called it the crazy cake cowl because this is out of, actually I'm going to take this off so I can show it better. This is out of Stonehenge Fiber Mill Crazy. And what it is, it's essentially, I think it says it's a worsted. No, it says it's a sport. Okay, probably is. It feels more like fingering to me, but it's one skein of like mill ends. So it's very marled in texture, and it's just a mix of whatever colors they throw together. And they make these skeins. They call it Crazy. And it's a perfect, I don't think I had a little bit left over, so it's a small skein. How many yards was it? 230 yards. I did not put what my needle size. I'm sure I just followed the pattern. But yeah, so this was the birthday cake cowl. And I wore it today, and wearing it makes me want to make more cowls. Every day I show off my knit and I talk about it, I want to make more. Would I make this one again? I don't know. But I like to have variety, but this one's just a regular. And you know, they're fine when they kind of lay sideways, but I kind of like to pin it up to my neck. So that's what I did with the shawl pin. I'll show off the shawl pin a little closer. It has a Petoskey stone in the center, which is a fossilized stone that you can find in Michigan. Well, you used to be able to find them all the time in Michigan, but I think they're few and far between now. And I don't know if you can see the stone very well, but it's got little fossils in there. So apparently she collected a bunch of Petoskey stones and shined them up, and or she bought them, I don't know, and made these little shawl pins. So it's the only shawl pin I have. I need to get more of those too. So I'm not going to put that on right now. My cheese of the day was herbed Gouda. Like, do I even bother telling you what the cheese was anymore? Like, cause I don't think any of it's gonna be new. I think we've gotten them all. I'm trying to remember if we did mild cheddar yet. That might be the one that we haven't. And if we haven't, that means there's still 3 in there. So I don't know. We're over halfway. We should have at least done the 8 cheeses once, but I can't remember if we did mild cheddar or not. But that was the last herbed Gouda because that was number 3. So, the wine I have not opened yet. It's a Pinot Grigio, just a standard. We did a Pinot Grigio blush last time, and I'm hoping this is good because I need a good glass of wine tonight. And you know what? I didn't even grab a glass. So guess what? We're just drinking from the bottle tonight. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Crisp, refreshing, apple hazelnut flavor with a hint of spice. Perfect served chilled by itself or with salads, fish, light chicken, and lightly spiced foods. So just a standard white. So yeah, that's good. So yeah, I like a standard white. That's a classic white, Pinot Grigio. Wine of Italy. And then the Lego of the day. So yesterday we opened this little chair, and now we have the person that's in the chair. So it looks like a pleasant grandma. She's got a little cardigan on. Let's see if I can, she's reading a story. So she's got a little book here that says Once Upon a Time. It's pretty small, so I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'll hold it up anyways. So that's really cute. And then, pull her out of the chair. She's got like a zippered, kind of looks like a knit cardigan. Let's see if we can get a good look at that. It's got some good color work on there. And yes, so she sits outside and reads a story to the boy with the little spinny wheel hat from earlier this Advent. And she sits in this little rocking chair. So there we go. And that's all I got today. So yeah, the brunt of the episode is the 20 questions. So kept all the rest of this short and sweet, and it's the weekend, so it's a busy weekend too. So I'm crossing my fingers I'll be able to get some footage of anything remotely interesting we do, and get a video up in the evening. So hope everyone has a nice night, and I'll see you tomorrow.